Hello, good morning, and welcome to today's newspaper review. Hello, welcome, happy new month. It's good to know that we all made it into the new month. I'm wishing each and every one of you a happy new month. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family. How are you today? I hope you are well. I hope the day is going good for you. I'd like to hear from I'd like to hear from you. It's been less than 24 hours and I love to see and hear from you guys today. Good morning to my people here already. Without even checking the comment section, I know who I am starting my day with. Good morning, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for always being here. Good morning, Ma. My love to you too. Thank you very much. Welcome to today's broadcast. Welcome to today's broadcast. Good morning, brother Nice. It's good to have you here too. Thank you for
Good
joining
mo-
me.
good morning, Emma. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And how are you too, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
oh,
you.
great. Good to hear from you. Um, Good morning, happy new month to all of our Niger Watch family all over, and that's from Mommy Diaspora. A message is coming right up. So moving on to the papers for today. You guys always know that our newspaper review, our headlines, it has nothing to do with the newspaper review. Our headlines always has either one bloodshed or somebody has been kidnapped or our politicians are being dramatic or politicking as usual. Before we begin, I'd like to say good morning to the people in the comment section. Good morning, Giant City fam. How are you today? Happy New Month. I hope you're well too. Efeseke, one of Madrid NS. Good morning to you, boss. How are you? I hope you're well. Emma Agbedion, good morning to you. I hope you're doing good. I hope it's a good month. I hope the month has started off on a good note for you. I truly wish us, you know, better days, better experiences, better news in this new month. Good morning, Osagovo. Good morning to you. How are you today? Thank you. Kisses received. Thank you very much. Good morning, Compass CKY. Happy New Month to you. So thank you for being here. Let's get right at it. Our first paper today will be Tribune. Parties must submit governors assembly candidates list July 15. This particular message are for those that intend to defect from one place to the other. If you know that your political party is not giving you ticket for every run, now would be a good time because INEC has said that the list needs to be submitted all of before July 15th. After that, no more. So if you are still being indecisive or you are still on the fence, it's about time you make a decision real quick. Moving forward, Osun PDP Guba Adeleke Babayemi adamant. Gunmen kill many, adopt several Chinese in Niger. Gunmen. Three policemen feared dead as gunmen attack Enugu checkpoint. For the train attack, families of abducted passengers planned street protest. Oh dear. To occupy government facilities in Abuja, Kaduna to mark 100 days. So it's approaching 100 days since these people got abducted, and it's hard to even be in a country where the government pays kidnappers. It's appalling. Even in movies, it is not done anymore. How much more? Nigeria, which way? Government, which way? VP nomination, we are resolving our differences. That's from Atiku. Petrol scarcity caused by government misplaced priority. That's from Nupeng. African creatives to get up to $2,000 through Tony Elumelu Storytellers Fund. Well done, sir. Tony Elumelu has been doing good things for entrepreneurs in Africa at large, not just Nigeria. Ekweremadu appears before UK court over alleged organ harvesting. Court adjourned to July 7th at Westminster Magistrates Court. Kingsmen demand due process of investigation. Oh, trust the UK government to do that. This is not Nigeria, so you don't have to demand. And the trailing story of federal government sending, yesterday we read that the federal government was sending lawyers to represent Ekweremadu over there. And now we have, I think, about 10 to 13 senators on official duty to go to the UK still over this Ekweremadu's case. It's Let's go on. We'll get back to Ekweremadu. Running mates, APC Northwest to meet Tinubu. I guess that's when he's back from his vacation or whatever he went to do. Okay, we'll move to Punch. Atiku battles to avert PDP's collapse. Wike's loyalists threaten defection. Following the news, more members are speaking out aggrieved because they said that Atiku has not gone about it the right way and he doesn't even want to approach the issue. He's sending reps to go and talk to Wike, which they find disrespectful, which Wike also finds disrespectful, as we got to know that he's not even giving audience to these people. The least he would expect would be that Atiku would, come see him one on one. I mean, before all of this blew up, they had a seemingly fair rapport. So if this is going to happen, and Atiku would not dignify Wiki with a presence to explain, to say whatever it is he wants to say. It has been done. I mean, they are insisting that Okowa is the best man for the job. That's fine, but just give him, say something, visit him, or you guys meet up where you meet up and say something to him, and not send your boys to go and meet him like like he's been in. And we all know Wiki has some serious ego there, so he's not even going to listen and he's not going to say anything. And Wiki's silence is doing a whole lot of damage in the PDP, in the party. Is doing a whole lot of damage in the party. People are voicing out, people are fighting for him. I think just to say the kind of person that Wiki is. This All of this has even showed us a side to Wiki that we didn't know. Apparently, he's a man of integrity and he's a man of good things are spoken of him. That is why even in silence, people would fight for him. The crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party ahead of the 2023 general election has worsened, with the loyalists of the Rivers State Governor Nyemso Wike threatening to leave the party if their principal, Wike, defects. Political leaders loyal to Wike, in separate interviews with The Punch on Thursday, warned the PDP that they were ready to mobilize other supporters of the governor to dump the nation's main opposition party. But the PDP's standard bearer, Atiku Abubakar, allayed fears over the crisis in the party, saying it would ensure reconciliation. Atiku said this barely 24 hours after Benue State Governor Samuel Otom accused him of failing to honor the democratic choice in the selection of his running mate. And people in the House, especially the 17-man committee that was set up to pick a running mate, to decide on a running mate for the party, they are aggrieved and they feel they feel debased that they are saying of what need of what use was the meeting, was the panel, if it wasn't going to be honored. Why did Atiku waste their time if it wasn't going to be honored? And they have this set of people like Cookie, so there are committee in the committee, because apparently for that to happen, a group of people had this meeting and chose this particular person. So you have the likes of Fire Shake coming out strongly, some Autumn is also coming out to say that we are not standing for this. You doing this to Wike is one side. You disrespecting us to go pick someone we didn't even elect is something else. So there's a huge divide. This is not one of the times where I would say I wish them all the best. No, this is not one of them. Ekweremadu's kinsmen lobby FG, AU, ECOWAS over UK investigation. Kingsmen of a former Deputy Senate President, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, have demanded that due process be followed in his ongoing trial over alleged organ harvesting in the United Kingdom. The news agency of Nigeria reported that the group, under the auspices of Ikeoha Mpo Pacesetters League, made the call in a statement on Thursday in Enugu by its coordinating chairman, Mr. Chijioke Ezekwe. Ezekwe also called on the federal government, African sub-regional institutions, and the Igbo community to ensure justice in the matter. Ekweremadu and his wife, Beatrice, were arrested last week by the Metropolitan Police in London for alleged conspiracy to harvest the organ of a minor, Owamini David. There we have it with the punch papers this morning. There is also in news here, Cardinal Catholic priest protest as slain colleague is buried. The priests are coming out to say we are priests, not terrorists. And we need to look into this new order of the day of kidnapping and killing priests. Are they trying to take out our clergymen? What's happening? Who are the people behind this? Who the government, who are they protecting? Why is nothing being done? Why has this not been seen as a catastrophe already? Why has this not been seen as a trend? In the last month, I can't count how many priests that was abducted and killed. These ones, they don't even ask for ransom anymore. They just kill them. That's an agenda playing out right there. Nigerian government shields headsmen, blames ISWAP for Owo attack. Bandits kill soldiers, policemen, other kidnappers, others kidnap 4 expatriates. I'll take that again. Bandits kill soldiers, policemen, others kidnaps 4 expatriates. Northwest APC in crucial meeting over VP slot. NLC plans one-day protest over ASU strike. Others. Marketers deny federal government 74 billion naira payment, one of massive fuel queues. So on this story, the federal government are coming online on the internet to say that subsidy has been removed, there will be no fuel, and they are coming online to command marketers to release fuel, and they are going out to check fuel stations, and they've even reverted the price back. There was fuel scarcity earlier on, last week, 2 weeks ago, and then the price was upped. Then the scarcity just disappeared. Now the scarcity resurfaced, and why we're thinking, so what happened just last week? Why was it up and why is it back? I think the government just needs to work together with these people and put a price and just leave it for us. That's our major source of power in this country, not electricity. No, not electricity. That's our major. So whatever price that they are going to fix for us, they should just leave it there. This scarcity is doing more harm to us. People are selling fake fuel out there. It's doing much more harm to us. I hope they just leave sentiment aside and for once, this government, for once, just think about us. Think about the ordinary man. Think about the ordinary man. This government has no concern for the ordinary Nigerian. I see no reason why a 13-person channel from the senators will be going over to the UK because of Ekweremadu. Ekweremadu is a lawyer. He should know what is obtainable or not. He can afford it. If a common Nigerian is stuck somewhere, we know of this story of this lady Itunu. I think she was in Cameroon or one of those African countries, and she was in prison for a very long time. A story came online, and Abike, the woman in charge of foreign, she came online and said they were going to, she died. She died. They left her. She was neglected. Our country failed her. Now, this is one person whose failure has brought that upon himself, and the whole country wants to go and help him, and they're clamoring that they should bring the case back home. What are they bringing the case home to do? They should leave it there, because apparently they have, their system works better than ours. If that case were to be here, it would have been long forgotten. It would have been long forgotten. They're talking about alleged organ harvesting of one person. We have over 40 people dead in the Owo massacre, and they are playing us. Today they are caught. Tomorrow they are being sent here. Next tomorrow the police has arrested, and police are coming out to say they have nobody in their custody. Now another person is coming to say that they are not blaming it on the herdsmen. They are blaming it on ISWAP. I truly hope that justice will prevail on this Ekweremadu's case. Brother Nice, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's
Good morning.
let's start let's start with Ekweremadu's with the way that the federal government is going about the Ekweremadu's case. You know, they are sending delegates, about I'm not sure of the numbers, about 10 to 13 senators have been asked to go on official visits regarding this Ekweremadu's case. What's your take on that? And just yesterday, I read out here that lawyers, FG are sending lawyers to go and represent him in court. So what's your take on this? You would never hear them do this for, an ordinary citizen, someone that does not have name and that can't even afford this. What's your take on this?
Yeah, my sister, what do you expect from a government that treat their own fellow politicians like a teddy bear? Koremadu is their teddy bear. They are going to, of course, they are going to pamper them. He's still a politician like them. So they steal money together. They do everything to Nigerians together. So they will not leave one of their own to face the music himself. You understand? They must try to fight for that person. And I was very, and I just appreciate you that you remember that story of that girl that they left in Abidjan. That girl was in Cote d'Ivoire in prison.
Yeah, yeah, Cote d'Ivoire. Yes, Cote d'Ivoire. Thank you.
Yes, yes, that girl was, even a journalist brought that case to our notice in Nigeria. Tell us that look what is happening to this girl. This girl was abandoned, and that girl was innocent. This Abike Dabiri came to tell Nigerians different type of story, give us stories. And they abandoned that girl dead until that girl died. They now bring her corpse back to Nigeria. Why can't they leave Ekweremadu to face that same music? If he died, let them go and bring a corpse back to Nigeria. They are not rushing out to go and save him from there. I also tell you that these politicians, all of them, they are the same. It's just like a court. Anything happen to them, they will try to defend themselves. But if it happen to common Nigerians, that person should go and die. They don't care. That is how they works, these people. Ekweremadu have the money, he have the influence, he has everything. So why are you now worried about Ekweremadu? You are not worried about the common slain men that were killed in different parts of Nigeria. You people are not worried about those people, those ones. You are worried about one person that is in an outside country facing his problem. So that one already told us a lot about this our leaders. Nigerians, is left for we to wake up, to know that what we have to do now is for us to come together. The youth need to come together to fight and take our country back from these people. If not, this country is not going to, there will not be difference. There will not be progress. This country is going to be revolving around these same people, recycling themselves there. This is the opportunity now for the youth now to stand together and say, no, we need changes. Let us put another person there. Someone that is vibrant, somebody that has vision to change Nigeria for the better, to transform their own life. Take your destiny to your hands. Now, this is the time. they are still playing games. The last time I hear that they are still caught are fighting each other, they are killing themselves. Some of them they are fighting in Benin, some of them are fighting in Ondo State, some of them. When Fulani are causing mayhem all over Nigeria, politicians are doing their own to Nigerians. Those people, they have strength to fight themselves. Look, sometimes I would say this problem is still is I don't know when our youth will wake up. Our youth are the cause of this problem. Our youth. That strength, that energy they have to fight themselves. Why can't they put it together to push all those leaders away from power? That is my question for this our youth.
Okay.
This is the way they brought Buhari to power. They were rejoicing. Look at their life today now. So, sister, I don't even know where to start from. Just let me just stop here. If I have chance to come back later, I will speak on it. Thank you.
Okay, brother Nice. Thank you for that submission. Thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Machiavelli. Thank you for joining us today. How are you? Happy New Month. It's good to have you here. Please unmute yourself. I want to ask. I have a question for you. Good afternoon, sir. I have a question for you, Mr. Machiavelli. Some people are saying that we should not leave or ignore Ekweremadu at this time because he is one of our own. He's a prominent figure here, and one for all for all. That is what especially is especially politicians that are, of course, politicians that are coming out to say that is is a figure, is a face of Nigeria, and we shouldn't let any country mess him up. What's your submission on that?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon to all you, and also my beloved brother, to the night over there, and also the concerned citizens around the globe. Well, on this case of this Ekweremadu, I've was about to say I would never speculate on it because it's still under investigation and still with the judicial part of the United Kingdom government. But looking at what is playing right now in a couple of days that the Nigerian authorities have to, intervene, this is because I want to, that's based on my opinion from what I see on the political side. This is a Senate. This is a man who has served in the Senate and is also one of the power holding person in Nigeria. You have to look at the diplomatic side of it. Because the diplomatic side of it has to be, it has a diplomatic immunity. And you also have to understand that this has to do with government, a citizen of another country inside the United Kingdom. And with this, the Nigerian government has to play their role and, to kind of put that diplomatic immunity and all sort of things that is going to be playing. And to me, from what I have been looking at, the way the Nigerian government are trying to lobby the ECOWAS and the other regions to make this thing look as if we want to bring this case back to where it started, which is Nigeria. But you have to also look at the United Kingdom and government. Can you hear me? Okay. You have to look at the part where the United Kingdom government stands. And this thing happens in their territory. And you have to also know that they are insisting on the question of a minor. So these are the questions that we need to also try to look at. And are the United Kingdom government having evidence, credible evidence against this Ekweremadu? We don't know yet. We are still to establish the fact because we can be hearing a hearsay of this, of that. So they also have their own investigation. They are putting things together. And I've been told that he has been refused bail. So they said he's a prominent person and he has a very high power in Nigeria. So they look at it to be, if they give him bail, he's due to flight risk and all sort of things. So they must know what they are doing. The only thing I urge all Nigerians to do is to let's keep calm. And what Nigerian government needs to do, that's what they're doing, because this has to go with diplomatic, kind of meetings and how to resolve this issue. Because whether you like it or not, Ekweremadu is a part of the Senate committee. So you have to know that they will also come in there. So what I'm trying to say is all Nigerians to please just be calm and let us see how this thing is going to play out. And I don't think the United Kingdom will allow this case to move to Nigeria because of how they issue it, that this person is due, is a flight risk, and also he has the power in Nigeria. Maybe they think they're just going to throw it under the carpet. We don't yet know unless we wait until the 7th of June, if I'm not mistaken, how this thing is going to play out. Or what I just think Nigerians should do right now is to just respect both parties and respect the rules here in the United Kingdom, and also the part Nigeria is playing. Let us see how the whole investigation is going to go.
Okay, Mr. Machiavelli, you
Yeah,
said you're not sure what the intentions of the United Kingdom, but to me, it looks like you have a better intention because they are more concerned about the underage teen that was brought in for that procedure. Now,
that's correct.
the federal government, the Senate, nobody's even talking about the boy over here back home. They just want Ekweremadu. They are wishing him all the best. Nobody's saying what if the guy truly is a victim. They just want him back home, and everyone
Okay.
is castigating the guy already. So,
I
talking
think,
about intentions here, whose intentions should we use to judge this
Ekweremadu.
case?
Yeah, thank you very much, my lovely sister. Like I said before, the United Kingdom government, before they go into this matter, they must have known the whole fact. So they are also putting pressure on the Nigerian government, saying that is why they refused him a bail application, because they feel there is a minor in there. Because in all countries we live in the outside world, they do not play with anything that has to do with a minor. So there is a violation there. I think that is where they have in the stance and say, we don't want to have it a kind of, let's give it to the Nigerian government. But by law, the Nigerian government can do anything, because you have to understand that the diplomatic immunity is playing right here. So in the case of internationals, this is a case of international countries. So the Nigerian government are also going to, bring out their own way, try to resolve it diplomatically. They're going to send lawyers. That's fine, because you have to understand that this is a prominent person. But the UK government is standing on that side of protecting a child right here. We do not know, because a lot of newspapers, everybody is trying to say that this guy is not a minor. We don't know what actually happened. That is why I say, until we find out what the court has as evidence, because you have to understand that in the United Kingdom, they do not deal with a hearsay. A court does not deal with a hearsay. They deal with facts. So whatever this boy is telling them, we do not know right now. And whatever Ekweremadu is saying, we do not know right now until the court brings out all the evidence. Right, what Nigeria is doing right now, that is the way to go forward. But my take on the Nigerian government, this is just my own belief. Nigerian government, when it comes to matters like this, they are very, very sharp to come out. There are other Nigerians who are lavishing in jail, Nigerian citizens, they are lavishing in jails in different countries of the world. What have you done? Because this person is it because this person is a prominent person? Like what I said just now, diplomatic immunity coming out of this place, we don't know yet. So we are yet to find out what this whole process, how this process is going to go. But I think the United Kingdom, the government, they are not just going to leave this case just like that, to sweep under the carpet. Trust me.
Okay, thank you very much for that submission, Mr. Machiavelli. It's good to have you on the show today too.
Thank you.
Mr. Mike, good day to you, sir. Please unmute yourself. How are you today,
Thank.
sir?
No, I'm doing great, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Um, I
oh,
I, I
thank
listened
you.
to the two gentlemen talk, and I will say this: I'm not here to defend Ekweremadu or anything, but I kind of follow the case. I follow the situation, and I look at the facts and evidence. And what I've discovered was that there is no documentation so far that suggested that that individual was underage. According to maybe he may have been underage and they used wrong document, fake document to, I mean, sorry, change the age on a document or something to take him into England. But if we have to follow the document that they used to get into England, there's nothing in that document that say that that individuals on that age. So if the UK have to prosecute, they have to go by evidence that they have. If they can go to Nigeria or somehow find the evidence that the individual is on the age, and then they go ahead and start carrying our case, yeah, that would be very understandable. But what we see here is a case of just. I'm not saying Ekweremadu is one saint or someone that's I like, or I don't like any Nigerian officials. But what I see here is a case of England, just as usual, bullying or just disrespecting their colonial states that's not following a line according to what they want. And we all know that the relationship between the British government, the Western government, and the Nigerian state is not really 100% in alignment. The Western government right now are not in a happy mood with the Nigerian states because of certain deals that the Nigerian government are doing with the Chinese. Certain many companies in Nigeria have been sucking Nigeria for decades. It seems like when the Chinese company came into Nigeria, they kind of kicked them out of the, they took their place. And not because the Nigerian government literally was being biased, but because the Chinese companies actually came to offer Nigeria a better deal. And the Western government are really not happy about it. And they be so angry. And we all know how Western countries work. They're all about their interest. They don't care about anybody. They don't care about human rights that they will tell you that they care about. Now, like I said, I don't care about the Nigerian government or anybody. I'm not saying I'm supporting the Nigerian government aligning. But we Africans have to get to a point where we need to start having dignity too. Because I don't think a British senator will come to Nigeria and the Nigerian government will say because they don't like England and without any documentation to prove that the senator has done anything completely wrong and just arrest him and put him in jail and just saying we are charging him and not going through correct due process of the law. So we blacks, we have to get to the point where we need to start looking at things, understanding that we need to start looking at our dignity. Because England, last time I checked, is not a oil producing country. But when it comes to country that,
Mr. Mike,
yes,
Mr.
Mr.
Mike,
Mr.
you are
Prima,
saying that there's more that meets the eyes on this case.
Mrs. Prima,
yes, there's a lot more. Yes.
Mrs. Prima,
Now, England, let me say this point I'm trying to make. England, if you go to the Niger Delta, the company you find there that's been sucking oil for the past 50 years, the number one is BP. It's all Western oil company out there. Now, I work in the oil sector in the United States. My sister, she's also most of my family members. And what we discovered was that Nigeria has one of the best crude oil on the planet. It's called a sweet crude. And that Nigerian crude oil, one barrel, when they transform it into petroleum products, it's worth about $5,000 for petroleum products. And England is buying that, is forcing Nigeria government to sell that crude oil to them for $40. They make $5,000 out of $40. And they pay us $40 for that one barrel. They make $5,000 out of that barrel. The England is wealthy out of Nigeria, is super rich off Nigeria's resources. But we Nigerians don't look at that. And yet, because of little deals that Nigerian government won't agree with, little things that we just, whenever the African leaders or they did it to Zimbabwe for decades. Whenever African leaders just disagree with one little thing, they want to find ways to bully you and just treat you anyhow and just do whatever. So it's high time we blacks need to start looking at things and just have some level of dignity. Because that Nigerian wealth, oil wealth, is enough to develop the whole West Africa. But these European countries have been just robbing us. But fortunately, we Nigerians are not so smart. We just where our tribalism cannot make us unite to even stand against our situation. The real monster that we are dealing with, we are more focused on ethnicity and our IQ. I don't know. Our self-esteem is so low that we just think Oyinbo is our is master, is God, and things like that. So I don't know. We have to get to a point where we, I'm not saying I'm supporting Ekweremadu, like I said. I don't like any of our politicians, but
Okay,
sometimes,
so your
yeah,
submission on this is the federal government should do all they can to bring the case back home.
no, no. To me, no. What I'm against is England just doing things incorrectly or not following due process and going against. Obviously, lawyers and everybody have presented certain documents that listen. Okay, you're not doing things according to the law to the British people, but somehow they are just kind of playing a game of, oh, we got one of you guys in the Nigerian government that have been not listening to us, no honoring things we want you to do for us, and siding with Chinese and things like that. So that's what I'm against. But however, if
Okay.
something bad happened to a Nigerian government official, I don't care. You understand? I don't like our government official, but what I'm arguing against is just the principle of. I think both sides is just. I just hate both sides, both the Nigerian government and the British, both of them. I don't like neither of them. Uh, so
Right.
if I have to speak, just as I have to speak against the Nigerian government, I also have to speak against what the British government are doing wrong.
Mr.
So what
Mike,
they're doing
Okay.
here is just
Thank
to
you
say,
very
can I
much.
ask you a
yeah, okay,
question? Can I ask you, Mr. Mike? Mr. Mike, are you there?
yeah, I mean, I can hear you.
You said a lot of things, but do you understand that when it comes to this kind of matters, that what you are saying has nothing to do with this. This is a court case.
And that's what I'm.
Hold on, hold on. When an executive power penetrates into a court case, that's a violation. And I don't think what you're saying that in case of business or dealings or allies has to do with what is playing right here or what the United Kingdom is doing. There is what you call due process. This is what they are doing right now.
Okay.
What they are feeling is that if they allow this thing, of course, they're going to give the right to the Nigerian authorities to bring whoever they want to bring to represent him because he is a seventh senator. And it's the diplomatic community playing out here. I just said it to you. But when you're talking about the English are not doing it, they're looking at it like a slap. I don't think that is playing right here. We are talking about whether the British know that this person is not a minor or is a minor. You do not know what this person has told the British authority, the person in question. So that is why I said we cannot say a yes say. The British government might need a fact under the judicial process. And
Oh,
that is why we are saying here, I cannot just say because the Nigerian government are having a rusty relationship with the British government, that is what they're using it as a retaliation. I'll give you a case scenario. There was a case of Anna Scholar, an American citizen who had a case in the United Kingdom. When I was watching it on the news, she actually had an accident and killed someone. And because of the immunity, she actually fled the country. Now the British government now established the fact that that immunity did not go like this during the Trump era. That case is still playing right now in the court. So are you not going to say they are protesting the people who had the son who was the kid that was murdered? The children, the families are now lobbying to make sure that she comes back to to face the trial. What you're going to say that because American government are having a frosty relationship, that is why? No, it's not playing.
okay.
This is
Let
a
me
judicial
respond.
matter
Boy,
here.
you're going too far. Well, the example you gave, the two scenarios, completely two scenarios. Like I'm
No, they're
glad you
different
mentioned.
scenarios. What I'm
No,
trying to
wait
say is,
now, wait.
it's not,
I'm
no.
glad
What
you
I'm
met.
trying to
Okay,
say,
finish.
it doesn't play out to be like a ally team. That's what I'm trying to establish there.
Thank you. And I'm glad you mentioned something about the mining facts, right? And I'm pretty sure you understand law works, right? You understand due process work. Now, I don't know if you've been following the case. Now, here's how it works, law works. You mentioned the mining facts. Now, do they have facts? Are they charging Ekweremadu based on facts or just based on, suspicion? What they're charging him is just based on what that person says. But the documents that they used says otherwise. The document that the person used to come into the country said the person is over 20 something, right? Now, the person spoke. Now, the question is, well, the person said the document he used to come in the individual says he's underage, and the document the individual used to come into the country says otherwise. Who they have to go after is how did they cross the immigration officials or the people that create documents and things like that, like the government official, the agencies of government in Nigeria, they allow whether it's immigration or things like that, not an individual, not a senator. You understand? Not a senator. So I've been following the case and I've been following the whole documentation process, looking at it, and I'm looking at it like, listen, you don't have facts to be charging the senator. And it's obvious to me that you're charging him because you don't have a personal vendetta against the Nigerian government. And he's one of the top officials in the government. That's all it's all about. Talk to any lawyer, they will tell you the same thing, because I've spoken with lawyers. They say, listen, this charge is just baseless. It's not based on facts. It's based on he say, she say. It's kind of like you invite me somewhere and we get there and my ID is saying that I'm 21. And I tell the police, like, this man here is an adult that invite me here. I'm only 15. That's not factual. It's not a fact. They have to investigate whether that person is actually 15 or not before they start to charge somebody for crime.
Okay, this is the thing I'm trying to say here. I
Mr.
think we are coming
Machiavelli,
to the end.
Mr. Machiavelli, please, thank you. Mr. Mike, please wrap up your submission in another 10 seconds.
Please, can I ask a
So
question?
let me
Can
wrap,
I ask
okay,
you a
I
question?
want to wrap up. Okay.
Please, a minute. Let him wrap up, please. But okay. It's just a minute. Mr. Mike, please wrap up.
Okay. So this is what I think. It's high time we Africans just have to understand that most of our problems is really these colonial masters. And we need to start seeing them as our number one enemy before most of our government officials in Africa, they impose them on us. They impose Babangida on us. They force Babangida to sign to do this structural adjustment rubbish that destroy our currency. Most of our problems that we deal with in Africa, before we start killing I know our politicians are the puppets, but we also have to start looking at these Western governments. And until we in Africa unite, we the population, forget it. We will continue to deal with it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that, sir. Thank you. We'll get back to you. Brother Nice, you were going to ask a question.
Okay.
Brother Nice?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I want to ask this brother.
Mr. Mike.
Hey, Mr. Mark. Do you want to tell me that UK don't have any proof before they get them arrested? That you said is based on there's no proof that there's no evidence that it's just based on the problem they have with Nigerian authority. I will tell you that for me, I don't think so. This one has nothing to do with Nigerian authority. Before any Western world, before their authority gets you arrested for any issue, they must have a proof before they get you or before they accuse you. So you will not tell me that they just did it because of what the problem they have with Nigerian authority. You understand? So what you are doing, what you are saying, it has nothing to do with even our discussion. It has nothing to do with even what we are saying here. You are just, I don't know whether you have your own personal issue with
it has nothing to do with it, but you spoke about it, Nabi. So if you spoke about it and I also speak about it. So
no, I just asked you a question for what you are just saying. I just asked you a question. Do you want to tell me that
they have proof, and I'm asking
you that
have any
proof?
Do you
before they get him arrested?
Can I come in, gentlemen? Please, Mr. Alice is my name. Can I come in any way?
Okay, please. Alice.
Yes, I greet everybody. I salute you on the comment section and the viewers all over the world. Slightly, I'm going to agree with the previous panelists. The British are the most corrupt set of human beings on this planet. I mean, the government. They are the problems of the whole world, and they know it. For me, they lost my respect when they swept under carpet the killing of Lekki Toll Gate of a former colonial territory. Children were murdered singing national anthem, and England turned a blind face. And you dare to tell me that England are following due process? Let me tell you what I think is playing out here. Because of the killings, the whole world is mocking England right now that Nigeria has become a land of blood. It's a shame on the former colonial power not to have a grip, at least indirectly, on their former colonial territory. Now they are trying to make sure a new, better government comes to power by picking anybody that crossed the line of Peter Obi. And more politicians are going to be picked before now and next year election. Mark it. They are trying to just make up for everything they've done because they supported Buhari. They are the ones that know who is in Aso Rock. Because Buhari, the last time we heard about Buhari was when he was at the London hospital. He was always sick. And since then, we don't know the politics, the medical politics that played out up till now since 2017. There are speculations, allegedly, that he was swapped with a man from Sudan or Niger Republic. I don't know how true. That's in the realm of speculations. So the British right now are trying to make up. That is why Obi was invited to the House of Commons to speak with the British government for 6 hours. After that meeting, Obi decamped from PDP, get into Nigeria. Come on now, can't you see between the lines that England is trying to make up for what they've done? What they are interested in, if England had known that there was oil in Nigeria before they left in 1960, they would not have left. They would have turned Nigeria into another South African appetite. It would have been a very bad regime. But they already signed those documents. So they had to come in another way. As the other guy said, indirectly they impose leaders on us. Your leaders a lot of times are chosen in Buckingham Palace, unfortunately. It's not only in England, it's all colonial territories. France is doing the same thing in former French colonies. Now Cameroonians are rising up in protest against the imposition of Kagame. Now Mali has driven away the French presence in their country. Guinea-Conakry has done the same thing. Are you aware there was an attempted coup in Cameroon last 3 months? So I leave that for you to find out. For me, shame on British government. But since they are trying to correct the error, they are trying to correct the wickedness going on in Nigeria by Nigerian politicians, they seem to have taken side indirectly with their body language with Peter Obi. So if you watch how Ekweremadu was taken, this thing did not start today. There must have been other transactions. Don't be surprised in coming days and coming weeks, a lot of revelations are going to come out about the previous dealings vis-a-vis organ transplants with this senator. They are waiting for many politicians that will just speak against Obi, that will come against the movement going on in Nigeria. So that is my own thinking. I may be wrong, but I think I'm not so wrong. Lastly, as I wrap up, for me, England that seems to be a human rights activist of the nation, England that seems to be, never do wrong, a kind of country of the nation. Have you asked yourself, where was England during the SARS massacre killings at Lekki Toll Gate? What was their reply? What was their saying? What have they done up to now? There are speculations that they even made that phone call for the fake Buhari in Abuja to quickly finish those guys at Lekki Toll Gate. I said it's a rumor. But there's no smoke without fire. For they not to even question the president of Nigeria by way of writing letter, question the federal government. Come on now, can't you see? A whole England in their former territory, children were killed. England that have animal rights in their country. So for me, England is dirty. Their government, they are dirty. They are so corrupt. They are so wicked. They are brutal. They did it in India. They did it in Asia. They were resisted. They did it in many African territories. In 1886, a conference was held in Berlin, Germany, where Africa was battered like a piece of meat by these European forces, led by England and France, led by this same England. Our kings were killed, kingdoms, our women were raped, our palaces were looted by these same British forces. They took with themselves the European forces in territories when they were fought against, like in Benin Kingdom. So British are playing a power play here. They are just trying to let us know that they are tired with what is going on in Nigeria. The economic problems, the security problems, and so on and so forth. Thank you, guys. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much for that submission, Mr. Alex. I hope you tune in by 5 p.m. today Nigerian time for robust discussions like this. You know, we need conversations like this to enlighten and to expand the sight of other people. We'll be diving right back to the topic of today. But before I do so, calling on you guys to please like this broadcast and share as many that are watching us. Please, you need to do the needful. We need to share this message. We need to spread this message across. Please do the needful by liking and sharing this broadcast. Thank you very much. I have some other people who just joined, like Mr. Collins. Good day, Mr. Collins. Before I proceed, Mr. Mike, you don't need to unmute yourself. If you check to the right side of the dashboard, you have private chat down there. There's a message for you from Mr. Machiavelli. You could please attend to it if it's not a problem. Thank you very much. Mr. Collins, good day. Thank you for joining us. Right now, we are
Um,
talking about the move made by federal government to rescue Ekweremadu or bring the case down here. Now, there is a divide of people who think that the government won't even do this for an ordinary citizen, and there are some other people who says that this should be treated, with so much preference because Ekweremadu is the face of Nigeria, is a prominent person, and so we should do it. And there's this other set of people who are saying that one for all for all. Ekweremadu is one of us. We should not leave him in a time like this. What do you think? And don't forget, in all of this, the government has not even said we need to take care of that boy. We need to bring the boy back home. We need to know what is happening. We need to reconnect him with his family. Nothing of like we know that he's scared and alone and he doesn't know what's happening. I mean, nobody wants to go into the bad books of a big man in Nigeria, how much more a politician as powerful as Ekweremadu. So fears for the boy is not even it's not even an option in the Nigerian mainstream media, or even the government are not talking about it. What's your submission on this in 2 minutes, sir?
2 minutes. Wow.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Good evening, my sister. Good evening, the panel and the listeners. For me, you know my stand when it comes to Ekweremadu and when it comes to Nigeria politics. You know my stand right from the day the story surfaced. You know my stand on it. You know one thing about Nigeria government is that what the thing about them is that they don't care about their citizens. They always care about them. I keep repeating this about them. You know, if you go to abroad, go to Asia, you look at Nigerians who have been in prison, even they have been in prison for no just reason because of maybe they don't have paper or something like that. They were locked up. Most people have been locked up for like like a year, 2 years. Nobody even going their case. Like I have a cousin who stays in Malaysia, you know. Then when he got arrested, so somebody paid me a visit in that place where they post where they dropped him. Do you know when he got there? There are a lot of Nigerians who have been in that the same place for more than a year and nobody's even coming to check on them. Nobody has even come and check on them. And there's a lot of them in other places. You go to India, you go to Indonesia, go to all these places. Even we have ambassador, and the ambassador don't care about their citizens. They don't care. So look at the Ekweremadu, look at the way Nigerian government are even bragging with him, the way they are celebrating themselves over him. They want to do everything to bring him back, you know. But if you are using that kind of energy, why can't you use it every citizen? Are we not Nigeria citizens? Are we not from Nigeria? You know, because when it comes to ordinary Nigerians, nobody cares. And it pains me that we individuals always care about our politicians. They don't care about us, but we care more than them. You see, go to street now. Ask some people, they will say, we should pity him and bring him back. We should do this. That is Nigeria for you. But if you happen to be an ordinary person committed this, you will see average Nigeria will be say, kill him. He's not even kill him. Don't want him. We don't want him. That shows you how the politicians have possessed our mind. So we now hate ourselves, then and cherish them, celebrate them. For me, if you let for me alone, if I'm going to be the judge, I would want them to lock a money. If it takes to hang him, then it's up to him there because they don't care about Nigerians. And if everybody to start they stop listening to all these people. They don't mean well for me and you, average Nigerians. I said this thing before. If a person steal phone, just phone in Nigeria, they will burn you. alive. Nigeria citizen will burn you, jungle justice, they will burn you alive. But if you steal billions in Nigeria, they will come back and celebrate you. Hey, they keep celebrating you. That is what Nigeria have turned to. So when it comes to all these people, they are not going to do anything. Bringing Ekweremadu, okay, look at, they are talking about Ekweremadu. Nobody is even talking about the young guy. How did you get this boy to UK? In what level, in what agreement do you make this guy to come to UK? Nobody's even asking the questions, but they are focusing on that because they want to save, not that they want to save Ekweremadu or bring it, it's for their own self. They want to save the shame, not for Ekweremadu. They're not doing it because of his Ekweremadu. It's because of them, because when it affects one of them, it affects all of them. So they are doing this in just to save their shames, not maybe they want to bring Ekweremadu, no. Because once you start carrying this investigation now, it will start implicating so many things. So for them not to implicate so many things, they have to save themselves. And like in the last call I was talking about UK, I keep telling Africans, not only Nigerians, if we keep putting our faith in white man people, it's a disappointing, because in what way have you seen any white country being putting their faith in Africa and say, let Nigeria come and save us, let Nigeria come and save us? So I don't know how we in Nigeria, we allow people to make law for ourselves. We allow people to come from. Have you seen Nigeria go to London and said, UK, this is how we want you to live your life. This is how we want you to live. It's just because we downgrade ourselves. We don't know our value. If you want people to start appreciating you, you have to start appreciating yourself first. Because if you don't appreciate yourself, people will not appreciate you. So if you start putting value to yourself, people will start adding value. Look at the Dubai, look at all of them. Now, even all these European countries are going for them, begging them, you understand? Because them add value to their life. Look at China, look at Japan, look at Taiwan, all those areas, Singapore, they add value to their life. Before, nobody care about them, but now, if UK even begging them, if you go to Saudi Arabia, UK is begging Saudi Arabia, they will be commanding UK, go and do this before we'll be able to give you all, those kind of a thing. Until we Africans started appreciating ourselves. That is why if you come to abroad, you see, and when they arrested somebody, police will just grab you, put you anywhere. Because they watch those scenes on television, how our own police treat us. So because they see all those scenes, how Africans treat their fellow human being. So they are going to use the same hand to you. So for me, when it comes to all those things, I don't want, if they like, let them talk about Ekweremadu from here to Christmas. It's not my business. I don't care whatever happened. My only thing, I just want her daughter to get well. That is my own concern, because he's just a human being like me. So I want her to get, and also I was just listening to news today, the Nathan Eda Forum, the chairman or whatever, Ango Abdullahim or something like this. He's talking about that people like Atiku, people like Tinubu is not going to fix Nigeria, you understand, because they have been in this situation for a long time. So it's just my own simple addition. So are you back to the panel? Thank you.
Mrs. Ima. Mrs. Ima. I can't hear you. Hello, Mrs. Ima, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to report this, the last contributor. The question is, whether we don't like the colonial masters or we like the colonial master. Let's take this scenario now. You don't like them, but you want to go and enjoy their own things. If we were good at our own, we shouldn't be blaming things here. Until these people bring out their facts, then we are going to know who is telling the truth and who is lying here. You don't like them. They have been bad to us. They have been doing this, let's say. But this is the same people you are going back to go and enjoy their own things they did by themselves. Why didn't you do their own? If Ekweremadu has done this thing in Nigeria, the British will not be here. They will not be in your case. It's not their business. But you are in their territory, and these things happen in their territory. What do you expect them to do? This is my thing here. I'm trying to ask in the last caller. What do you expect them to do? You are blaming them that they have been bad to you. They have been this. They have been that. We understand they are our colonial master. They have their ugliness. They have their good. They have the. But where did this whole incident take place? It was in the United Kingdom. Do you just believe that they will fold their hands? They are talking about a minor. Whether it's a minor or not, is yet to establish the fact. Like I said, a hearsay cannot be used in the court of law. They have to do their proper investigation and tell the facts. And until that fact is done, we cannot say this is how it's going to play. That's my own.
Okay,
Can
thank
I
you
answer the
very
question?
much.
Can I answer?
Thank you. Just a minute, please. Thank you. We have other topics to touch, please. But this discussion will be coming up later in the evening by 5 p.m. And for those of you who are conversant with the 5 p.m. Discussions, you know that there are no time limits. You say everything you have to say. So we would have to move on. Just touch a little of what we'll be doing much later in the evening. On your screen, you have this will be the last paper for today. Nigerian government shields herdsmen, blames ISWAP for Owo attack. Nigerian officials blamed the terror attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State, on the Islamic State West African province, while avoiding references to networks of politically powerful herdsmen. Knoxville News Sentinel reports. According to a senior fellow at the Religious Freedom Institute in Washington, D.C., Stephen Rashi, Nigerian Christians no longer trust their own government or the leaders of the United States and the European Union. On the Owo massacre, Russia said these types of murders are taking place weekly, almost daily in Nigeria. I think it is more like daily. Every minute murders like this take place, murders of innocent Christians being gunned down, slaughtered indiscriminately throughout the north and increasingly into the central part of Nigeria and into the south. I'm sure we can relate to we can relate to this topic. The other day in the news, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, you heard that two earthmen were going on the road, and this bus driver, for whatever reason, would hit his cows, and one of them died. One of it died on the spot, which resulted to them killing this person on the spot. They killed the person on the spot. And when the Nigerian police would address this, they said two unidentified male. This is not news like this are not new to us, but I mean, for every time it happens, we need to sound it into our ears so that this awakening that is taking place will come faster and quickly, and it will come with so much surge and anger, because we need to stop all of this. And there's a report that said that it was even a case of mistaken identity. The person that they killed was mistaken for the conductor of the bus, not even the driver himself or even the conductor. So at that, guys, let's be safe. Let's really be safe out there. When we see chaos like that, when we see that any Hausa or Northern or the headsmen, they're having, they're having confrontations or arguments, let's learn to walk away as quickly as possible, because they are going to kill somebody and nobody's going to say anything about it. That's the sad reality of our country right now. We would be touching our headline news today, which says that Wike loyalist threatens defection. There are rumors that Wike is about to leave PDP, which I think will be a good move for him. He's about to play the northern politics. I don't know which party is going to accept him now, and INEC just said that by 15th of July, all parties should submit the governor and National Assembly Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's not
You
just
were out
about
for a minute. Just came back.
oh, okay. It's not just about Wike leaving, because I think if Wike is leaving, a whole lot of people are going to leave because they feel disrespected. And Atiku has not or doesn't think Wike is worthy for a one-on-one conversation, because I see no reason why that has not been done. I'm going to start with Brother Nice. What's your
Okay.
take on this news? Do you think that Wike is being Wike. I think we all know that Wike is hurt. It's really, really hurt. So would you blame him for this move? And what do you think should be done with the PDP party?
Yeah,
Do
thank
you
you
think Wike
very
should
much.
still be loyal to his party? You think Wike should still be loyal to his party, or he should do the needful?
My dear sister, thank you for calling me again. Uh, for me, Wike have been a loyal person to his party. He has been PDP for decades. He has never swept from PDP to other party. You understand? He has been a very loyal person to his party, PDP. But now I think it is time now for him to still show the rest politicians that he himself still know how to decamp as well. Let him come and join us. You understand? We have a Labour Party, we have a AAC. He can choose one, or come to Labour's party, you know. And if he comes to Labour's party, it's going to be a plus to Labour's party, to us, so that we will have more advantage to win this, to take our country back from this cabal. So this man, they have disrespected Wike, they have humiliated Wike. Nothing they have not done to this man, and this man does not deserve all these kind of attitudes he's getting from these people. Wike is supposed to be the flag bearer, bearer of this thing, PDP. This cabal, they went to do meeting behind him, and they gave that a flag bearing to Atiku, somebody who does not deserve it. You understand? Okay, they said they set up a committee in PDP. They said 14 voted for this man, Wike, to become the flag bearer, and 3 out of that 17, it's only 3 that voted for Atiku. I said Atiku. Which other? The other man. What is his name? I forgot his name. Then how come? Is it Ekweremadu or something like that? How come Okowa now become the vice? How come? It's just, how come 3 person now win 14 people and request? That's to tell you that they are wuru in that politics they are playing. So Wike have faced a lot of injustice in that PDP. Upon all his loyalty to that this thing, loyalty to that PDP, they still disrespect him this way. I will just urge him to come and join us. Wike, follow me. Let's go to Labour Party. That is what I would just say.
Okay.
And to Fulani, any Fulani. Okay, look, what you just said now. You said Fulani. This Fulani have been causing mayhem in every part of Nigeria. I don't know if you remember a story of a man in Edo State. This man was going to his shop, want to open his shop. This Fulani sit in the front of his shop. He told the Fulani to shift. This Fulani said, no, he's not leaving, that this land belongs to his forefather. The man said, please, just leave the way. Let me open my shop. This Fulani went to take a cutlass and cut this man's head into 2. He said, because the land belongs to them. So, my sister, Fulani issue, if we don't take Buhari away from power, this Fulani issue will not die away, because he is the chief of insecurity, that president. If we cannot vote, if we cannot take them out, all those Fulani away from power, these Fulani people, they will continue this mayhem. They will not stop. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that submission, Mr. Very nice. You know, I don't think it's just about moving President Buhari from power, because, you know, there was this case with a girl named Deborah that was lynched for blasphemy some months back. And now Atiku Abubakar came out to, you know, he rebuked that act. He came out to say that should not be done. It is unacceptable, and all of that. And just under that post, you had three people speaking in. They wrote in Hausa, and the end of it was saying that they were not going to vote for him, and he took it down. It took down that post. So if we have somebody who cannot stand for the people, I also don't think that it's just about Buhari not coming. I think he's also having the likes of Atiku, another Fulani who supports lynching, all in the name
That
of
is what I'm
all in the
saying.
name of
They should
blasphemy, or
they
another
should
person
avoid
like
the article.
Tinubu, who we are still asking who gave the order or not. I think that we need to do better. I think we should really forget about PDP and APC, because all of them coming from there, they have so much blood on their hands already. I wouldn't want to use my opinion on other people. So I would like Mr. Mike to please talk about our headline for today.
You see,
That would be
uh,
the weakest threat to leave PDP.
my opinion about the PDP primary, also the APC, was the delegates were bots. It was a money game that they played there. It was very obvious because I follow both the PDP. When I start PDP, it was very clear that the whole everybody know that the power is supposed to come to the south. It will not make any sense for one northern man, a Fulani man, to rule for 8 years, and another Fulani man to come in and rule for another 8 years. So it was very clear that that delegate vote was supposed to come to someone from the south. And I can see clearly why Wike is really upset and he felt betrayed. Not only for that one reason that he knows that Atiku paid off those delegates to vote him in, but also the fact that the previous election, where they all gave way for Atiku to run against Buhari, and he lost. And the reason they had to let him do that was because at that time, it was still the northern term. It was just 4 years of Buhari, so they gave him chance. Like, okay, since it's still the northern term to rule the country, go against Buhari and run for this second term of Buhari. They all gave way. They didn't challenge him. They gave him the way. They didn't say, "Hey, we don't care about zoning. Um, we're all going to challenge, do the contest to run against Buhari." So they gave him that way. Say it's still a northern term to complete 8 years. So go and run against Buhari, and if you win, we can let you do 8 years. Just like as Yar'Adua didn't finish his 8 years. So they agree on that. But it's the act of betrayal for Atiku to now be so selfish and still contest, which they didn't even say, okay, they say, okay, if you want to contest, it's fine. But for him to pay those delegates, because I'm sure the Atiku paid those delegates for them to make him the front runner. So I think that act of betrayal is what Wike is still angry about. People saying Wike is angry because they didn't make him vice president. It's a lie. Wike is not even about vice presidency. It was very clear. It was very obvious. And I think Obi saw it earlier that Atiku was going to pay those delegates. That's why he quickly left and went to the Labour Party because he already saw it. And he said it too. He said he saw too many money game going on. And it was the same thing in APC because it was very obvious that the delegates, I mean, what's his name? Osibanjo, Amechi, those guys were more younger and more, even more vibrant. And it was obvious. But it was obvious that Tinubu also paid those delegates. So it was a money game. Unfortunately, that corruption is the problem of Nigeria. People are just too corrupt. So,
Okay. Um,
you know,
Mr. Mike, I was going to make a submission to what you said. After the when they were done with their primaries and Atiku emerged as the party flag bearer, that was settled. Now everything was still going fine, although Wiki was kind of missing in the scene for some time, but it later came back up and was involved and active in the um in the party. Now, when it got to then, it was considered, a 17-man panel was set, and he was chosen to run as his running mate. And he already wore that. He wore that. He was taking interviews and all of that. Only for him to wake up one morning and see in the news, I think they didn't even, as much as tell him before time that he has been dropped and there's been another consideration, which is Okowa. I think that is the utmost betrayal from someone that has been patriotic to the party. And I also think that the PDP chieftain, the PDP as a whole, they just showed that they are not for anybody. They just showed that they are where the highest bidder is. I hope I have PDP loyalists here.
You're right. You're 100% right. It's really the highest bidder. And to me, I still think the choice that they made not to pick Wike is because they saw that Wike was not really happy with this situation. With that, it wasn't really aligned with. He didn't agree with the way the old primary went. He knew that there were too much. It was the highest bidder that they gave it to. And the fact that I wasn't that
Okay.
comfortable, they didn't trust his loyalty. That okay, as a vice president, he will be loyal to Atiku.
Mhm.
And I would doubt if Wike really wanted to accept it, that vice presidency. I really doubt it.
Yeah. The
I
weaker we
doubt it.
know, right?
Yeah, Wike, I don't
Okay.
think he really wanted that vice presidency.
Thank you. Thank you for that submission, Mr. Mac. We'll get back to you. Mr. Machiavelli, kindly make your submission to this.
Yes, thank you very much. One thing I have to speak on this issue of PDP and also the likes of how this kidnapping and the war case happened. I'll just quickly put it. On the PDP side, I'm not a PDP, I'm not a politician. I'm a concerned citizen. But I believe that what happened to Wike is just a way for Nigerians to understand how the political process do play. Like what Mr. Mike said, that flag bearer supposed to go towards the south, which is Wike was saying. Wike has been the one that has been mobilizing, strategizing on how the PDP will get their presidential flag bearer. He was the sole proprietor. So looking at this thing, it didn't play out to be, which was like a money-making thing. It happens to be that Atiku just sat down in his house and they just gave him because money was in there, allegedly. Now, the vice president case, or Tom made it known that the PDP all voted and Wike was having 14 to 9 or something like that. He said, but the flag bearer had his own mind to say, I want Okowa. You understand? So in them, they looked at it as very disrespectful. He should have done the right thing. And after then, what did he do? After the primary, everything played out, what did he do? As if you want to be a leader, you must act like a leader. You didn't deem it necessary to say, okay, these people must have been hurt. Let me go back there and say, let me try and make peace so that we are walking towards one goal. Or say, don't worry, my brother. Whenever we get the power, this is going to be your position as a kind of say, thank you very much. There was nothing like that. You were even sending people to him. It looks as if it's disrespectful. I really, agree to Otom. And that's how it's supposed to be. Look at the other side of Tinubu. Tinubu did the same. After the whole thing, he started going to different parts. He started going to different people who were running with him to get that presidential flag bearer for APC. Thanking them, trying to make a kind of a peace deal with them that, okay, thank you, my brother, for doing this. Don't worry, everything will be fine. We are all party members. Atiku never did the thing. So I think that one, Nyesom Wike will be angry. But one thing I want to tell Nyesom Wike, you have always been loyal to this party and you have said you are not going to leave. PDP is your home. So if it happens that you leave, it means that you have another intention, because it doesn't just play out to be how loyal you are. If you say you are a betrayer and you say they have betrayed you, you still tell them this is the way you guys betrayed me. Then try to do things right. But if you leave, to me, it's already done, because we are just talking here because I believe in my mind, and it's telling me, and can be 100% true, that this guy is gone already. He's already doing things that is going to make sure that, harm the PDP as themselves. But let's just leave that out. I'm going to go to the OWO. The whole thing now that happened. So the point is that if really this thing is happening like this, especially when it comes to matter of insecurity and the liberty of Nigerians. I don't think it's fair, because you have this intelligence a lot of time. What did the Nigerian government do? El-Rufai issued this thing before the Owo attack, that these people are going to come in place of worship and like this. The Nigerian government didn't deem it necessary to say, okay, let us raise the threat alert level. What did the DSS do? This is their job here, for crying out loud. And another thing we have to also think is, why is this certain persons given the right, the utmost right, to override the other Nigerians? You know, the ethnic is going towards the religious violence now, whereby, you know, the priests, they are protesting. It is their right, because this is a multi-ethnic society whereby everybody is subject under the rule of law. Why is these people not given the time or the priority to just do what they like and nobody speaks about it? So I think the Nigerian government should know the agitations all started like this, and is going deep and deep and deep. And you are not trying to put in a strategy to eradicate this thing, to tell them, just like you are Nigerian, they also are Nigerian. Because even if we just want to say it's a mere joke, but these people already having the ultimate Danfodio thought in their head that, oh, it's our land. This is a kind of, how do I put it, a religious ideas. I think most of our clergymen should have a role to play in this thing. You know, I'm not saying that they are wrong, but they should try as much as they can to enable, to speak to their citizens about how important it is. If a Christian is a Christian, you have to leave them to be Christian. If a Muslim is a Muslim, you have to leave them to be a Muslim. The land belongs to everybody. It is not just you. Or to say, because I am from the north, or I'm from the south, or I'm from the east, it doesn't belong to you. Nigeria is for all Nigerians, and the liberty should be shared among all Nigerians, irrespective of your tribe or belief. So I think it is very important now that we must elect a leader that will see to this thing before it degenerates, because it's already moving fast. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Mr. Collins. Someone in the comment section says that without someone in the comment section says that without Wike, PDP is nothing. What's your take on that, sir?
For me, like I said, I don't have much to talk about the issue. Actually, when I was in Nigeria, I am a PDP member. I am a PDP member. But for me, what comes first is Nigeria comes first before party. I don't care about the party. What I care is who is going to give me the better things. So I don't come where party comes from. But for me, I'm a PDP man then. So, but when it comes to PDP and Wike, I don't think that if Wike really, because all these things we keep agitating that because if you lost election in a party, that you should move to another party. Other countries don't practice such. It's only in Nigeria that people keep moving from one party to another. If you fail this place, you move this place. If you fail this place, until that shows how Nigeria are being run, and that is the way the country are being run. People keep moving from one place to another. If you fail, you stick in that party. That shows how loyalty you are. Because if you are loyalty to your party, you're also loyalty to Nigeria. Because they are not loyalty to Nigeria, they are not loyalty to their party. Even they are not loyal to their citizens. That is why you see them gallivanting from one party to another. So, and people are calling for Wike to come and join Labour Party. I don't subscribe to such. You understand? I don't subscribe to such because if we are preaching to a better Nigeria, I don't think that those people are the people we are preaching to come to Labour Party or to make Nigeria a better place. Because we know
So,
who
Mr.
they are.
Mr. Collins,
Yeah?
so you think that Governor Wike should still be with PDP even
Of course.
even
Of course.
after all of this?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. That is what, if you really call yourself the integrity, that is how you're supposed to behave. You understand? So if you really
But
believe
PDP
in what
has made him ineffective. PDP has made him ineffective. They've deprived him of something that I think a good number of us knows that he would do a better job if given the opportunity. I think he would even do a better job than the flag bearer, the current flag bearer. I
nobody
think he
knows
would.
that. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that because one, Wike is being the governor of Rivers State, and if you watch the kind of money that Rivers State generates, and look at what Wike did in Rivers State, it's totally failure. So, and when people keep agitating that Wike should join people, that is my own concern. I don't want all those people. I don't want all those old people. These are the same people we are trying to shift. And now we are now clamoring for them to come to Labour Party. We don't want them. I want vibrant people, people who really want Nigeria to work, people who believe in Nigeria, not all those kind of, these are the same people, because this is how they keep shifting from one party another. Now they shift from PDP, they form what becomes APC today. Now you are still calling them to come and form what will become Labour Party. Tomorrow, every Nigeria will start crying again. So I don't want those people. I want them to stay where they are, because I believe with the kind of movement is going on now, Nigeria wants to take, the citizen wants to take their country back. So, and if we are agitating to take our country back, I don't see Wike to be the person to lead me, because Wike have been leading River State, and where is River State today? So if people keep talking Wike, for me, this shows how Nigeria are being run, because you lose your presidential ambition. Damn, because if in America, people like Hillary Clinton left, he didn't win the election. He could have changed another party. Or people like most people that contested with Biden, all of them stick there because of they lost the election. That shouldn't make you to leave the party. You understand? So you stand for what you believe, not changing from one party to another. I don't subscribe in it, and I don't want any member of PDP, any member of APC. They should stick where they are. So all I just want, if even these people,
Do you support Peter Obi leaving the PDP?
now listen, now I just want to talk about Peter Obi now. Even this P2B that all of us are agitating for, all of us want, because at the end of the day, we look at it, the reason we say people, Johnny, not that P2B is innocent, he's not innocent. It's just because among all those criminals, we like to find, maybe I can pick one. Then if you can pick this one, let him, because at the end of the day, all we need P2B to just get us there. If you get us there, if Nigeria start functioning like the way it's supposed to function, he will just go away. Then you see new people coming in. You understand? So, but if you people keep talking that everybody, because if PDP didn't give you a ticket, move to Labour. If APC did not give you ticket, move to Labour. That is, I don't subscribe in it. I want the whole, you see this Labour Party now that all of us are moving. I want even non-party people should even be the people holding Labour, not all these people that are transferring from one party to another. So they should stick where they are. And about the incident talking about, I keep talking about this incident. We can't fight this thing without
Sorry, if Wike goes to Labour, it will help Obi's chance to become president. Another one for sure.
My brother, let me tell you, whether Wike comes to Labour to help Obi, let me tell you one thing about this election now, because if people don't understand the way this election is playing, nobody's going to say this person is going to get it. And we have to be realistic to when it comes to this election, because I keep respecting the North. There is a way they play this politics, and I want us to follow them the way they play it. They play it perfectly well when it comes to politics. They play it perfectly well. So if you are not following their strategy, you end up losing. So all these things we keep calling them weak. Weak can, if you really play, if you really want Nigeria to work, you should stay where you are. You can stay in your party and work for whoever you feel like you want to work. When I'm in PDP, if I'm to go and guide if I'm to vote for PDP, if I see PDP candidate and I look at it and I check, let me check this APC candidate. I do combine two of them and choose who to vote for. I don't, because you are a PDP man and I know that you are not right for me, then I should vote for you. I don't do that. That is my own way I live my life. So if PDP give me a candidate that I'm supposed to vote and I check it that this candidate worth my vote, I will vote for that person. But if I find out that an APC member worth my vote, the person who is going to do something that I believe, I will vote for that person. That is how I do. So for me,
but that's you, but that's not the way majority of the Nigerian voters think.
And that is how Nigeria is supposed to function. We shouldn't be.
Unfortunately, it's not the way they think. It's not the way
Mr.
most of
Mike,
the voters
Mr.
think.
Mike,
People
please,
should start
please,
thinking that
please.
way.
There's no room for interruption, please.
Yeah,
Please,
people should
not
start
more than
thinking
once
that
at
way.
least.
I just
Thank
want
you.
people to start thinking that way. So about this, what is happening is something that everybody have been talking about. You know, when Eurofy have been talking in Kaduna, what is happening in Kaduna, he said, well, how many people know where those people is? We can't fight this insecurity without the president fighting it, because if the president is not giving the order, my dear, I will keep pouring water in the stone. At the end of the day, nothing is going to be doing. They keep telling you one story or the other. The only way this insecurity is going to be fight is until the new regime, if the new government enter, then they'll be able to put the real people who are supposed to be, not somebody that is commander in chief, somebody that is a general, haven't even been in a war, haven't even been anywhere about anything, knows anything about fighting war. You just put that person there. So how do you expect something like that to work? It's not going to work. So until you put capable people who are going to devise a means to fight all these people, counter them, they will come and work for Nigeria, not all these kind of people. So they will still doing what they are doing because they know the time is rounding up. So that is why you see at this year now everything is increasing because time is rounding up. Everybody is trying to do whatever they want to do because when next government to come in, me and you don't know how the whole thing is going to play. So that is my own
Okay.
contribution. I just go back to the panel.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Collins. Guys, before we continue with the next panelist, please you need to like this broadcast. The likes are not matching up. Those in the comment section, those watching online, please like this comment and share too, and invite somebody. The link to join this broadcast is in the comment section. If you'd like to, please click on the link. Thank you very much. So Niger,
Please, can I add something? Brother Nice.
who's speaking? Okay, very
Brother
nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just what I just want to say is like an advice to our leaders. They should trade and trade very carefully because this path they are choosing is a very dangerous path to them. You understand? This what they are doing now is just like injustice to other part of Nigerians. You understand? So this is the same thing that play out in Central Africa. Today now, Central Africa, they are in the state of civil war. This is how the Muslims were oppressing the Christians in Central Africa. But today now, when the Christians now see the injustice that is happening, they now pick up arm. The fight now, the arrest now is still till this date, it has not stopped. Even the Central African government have to call French military to come and stop the war. And the Christians are still killing the Muslims today. They refuse to lay down their arms, the Christians. So these people should trade very carefully. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that, brother Nice. Mr. Tunanja, good day to you, sir.
Thank you.
Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear
yes,
me?
clearly.
Oh,
I can hear you.
thank you.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yeah,
There's a question on
yeah.
the screen I'd like to ask. Jacob D is asking, are we not crying for injustice done to Wike or how to save our people to bring in the good government or what? Can you please answer to that?
I think both are not contradictory because we have to learn that when people say loyalty is the holiest good of the human heart, we have to elevate loyalty, and so it's not contradictory. If you do that, that helps elevate the people too. In terms of the treatment of Wike, clearly that is clear, and he should have gotten that ticket. Personally, I can't understand how people can do that because if they really wanted power, they know the best candidate to do that was Wike. So some people with common sense allow their ethnic biases and maybe bribes to override that common sense. And that's something we have to be careful about. And seriously, and there's something I wanted to highlight about some of the discussions we have. We have to learn to elevate, good ideas that enhances our people. Not all opinions are actually equal. That is the truth of life. And if we want to do better, we elevate the good ideas. Somebody once said just earlier on, just like I said yesterday, that we should value our people. We should value our own. That if we don't value every single strand of hair on the head of our people, who will value it for us? We are being killed like rats and stuff all over the place, treated like dirt everywhere. Because we don't value our own. We rate our people as if they are not human beings and rate others as better. You hear young men, some people that are relatively young men, calling our colonizers and enslavers, technically our enemies, masters today. That is upside down thinking. How did we get here? It's like they have applied voodoo on us and we can't even see straight. The way what has happened to Wike is clearly a serious injustice. What has happened to our people is a clear injustice. And we have to start learning that if we don't start valuing our own lives, because when you value your own lives, you are less likely to do something nasty to each other. you're less likely to want to sell each other out. That is just common sense. And when people say that, other fellow Nigerians jump into their mouth, let's tear each other up, let's do this. That's what our forefathers did. We are selling our own people for trinkets. They are in America today. They are an example. You see what's happening to all our children that we sold all over the world. That sin has never been made up for till today. We've never even made our peace with it, and we are still doing more. Let's sell each other more. Because your Igbo people, they've got 5 heads more than us. I don't understand that. I don't know. Other people are talking about hypersonic missiles, building nuclear technologies, going to space, going to the moon. We are here talking about Boko Haram, Fulani, and all this stuff. If we carry on like this, we are not going to be long for this world. I can tell you that right now. This is life and death. We are not going to be long for this world. We have to start getting our acts together, understanding that we are all in trouble here. The suffering we are all experiencing is all of us. There is no north, there is no south, there is no east, there is no west. It's the whole black countries in Africa that are going through this, and black people all around the world. There's almost an extermination-sized event going on in the world, and we are just watching it happen in slow motion. We are not waking up to it. Some of the people are even thinking that these people, foreigners. I heard somebody say the French people were called in to say, no, the French people are the ones that caused the trouble in the first place. They have military bases all over Africa. How many military bases have we got in Europe? You think they are stupid? It's only us that act like this. They have so much military in their own country that they feel like, you know what, let's export it to other people's countries so that we'll make sure that we keep control of their affairs. How do you even know what is happening around you? How do you select your leaders? They have money to bribe your leaders left and right. The money we are spending is just scraps here. How much Tinubu spending? It's little cheeky change. Our national budget, our entire national budget is 27 billion US dollars. California's healthcare budget is over 200 billion. California, not the whole entire US, healthcare alone is 200 something billion dollars. We are living on scraps. We have to understand that we are living in a world where our affairs are being controlled easily by others. It's not because they are our enemies per se or they hate us in any way. It's just that this world hates weakness. The world abhors vacuum. If you are weak, have you ever seen an antelope plead for mercy from a lion? They will not have pity because we made ourselves the antelope. We have to start respecting good traits. If somebody says, you know what, let's build our own. Yes, because that's what the whole world is doing. Until the world decides that, you know what, yeah, let's all have equal rights. Let's all have equal justice for everybody. Yes, then you can talk about there's no sides. Like they said, somebody was telling me there are no sides. Who told you there are no sides? There are sides in everything. This is why our people are only the ones you see getting slaughtered like this. We talk about how the Fulani and is dominating the north, and in half of the southern people are always being oppressed. We don't ask ourselves. One, I've heard recently that an Hausa man has not run the country. I don't understand. I don't know whether that is true. They say it's only Fulani that has been running the country. I don't know that. Secondly, the South, so within the South is doing, they are not taking it into account, and they are not making their peace with what they are doing. Like when they go about having 3 to 4 children on average, and the northern part of the country is having 8 children on average. What do you think is going to happen over time? You have to make your peace with what is going to happen over time. You can't do copyright. You can't do like you want to copycat the West and have fewer children and still at the same time expect to inherit the land. When the other people are busy having children and raising children, sooner or later you will become minority on the ground, and when they say they own the land, don't blame them.
So, Mr. Sunanga, are you saying that in terms of reproduction, we should try to outdo them, or there should be a regulation to this? so that
You, you,
when it comes to times like this, there is, we won't be scared of who the North is going to pick, or who is going to be a running mate from this place because of their population.
yes, you decide what you want. You can decide that, okay, I'll make my peace. We are going to live comfortably educated lives while they just have children, and we try to capitalize on just being the most powerful people in the country. Or you say you want to compete with numbers and compete with them based on numbers and have as many children too, and you have policies to encourage that, because that's what they are doing. They have policies to encourage, because I don't think they do it deliberately, just because part of their culture and this is the religion, where they have polygamy, and the women are not always like made to just leave their home during childbearing ages. So we have to decide what we are looking for here. If we want to get educated and copycat the West, then we have to be prepared that there's another half of the country that says, no, I'm not going to do that. And when they become 75%, don't blame them. So we have to understand the trends that are going on and make our peace with saying, okay, we are going to compete on this ground on numbers, or we are going to compete based on just intelligence.
So we should be making babies, right?
We either make with babies, or we make our peace with they are going to grow in population, and we find other ways to strategize and become accommodated in our own country, the country that we call our own, because this population that is happening right now, they are expanding significantly. And I think this is not only in Nigeria, it's probably going on in many countries, and nobody's calling the Western part, which is the Christian part, out for what they are creating themselves. You can't tell the Muslim side now that, you know what, you are Muslim, stop having children, because we are not having children as many as you. Because that's what's going to happen over time. 10 years from now, the proportion of the Muslim population of the country is going to increase. 20 years from now, it's going to increase. 30 years from now, it's going to increase. What is the South doing about it? They are blaming the North. You can't blame them for living their lifestyle. We have to decide that either we make peace with just being educated and live our life in a comfortable way. And because we are still the same country, we are the same family. You can't blame, if you're in a family now, you have your uncle that is having more children. Are you going to blame him tomorrow when they're having family meeting? He decides that he brings all his children along. It's not his fault that he's got so many children. You don't have children. You have fewer children, but educated ones. You make your peace with it. This is the family. This is what we are dealing with, and we have to understand these things so that we can now approach life more objectively. Because if we just start, this thing we just say Fulani do this, Hausa do this, Igbo man, Yoruba, that is not the discussion we should be having. One, we are family, and we should start having honest conversations with each other, because we have greater threats out there. And this is another thing I want to highlight. Our threat assessment as a people is completely faulty. I've had Nigerians today several times talk about how Western people are like good, and they have this, they have that. They are the reasons why we are here. They are still doing it today till tomorrow. They are going to keep doing it until we take their hand and chop it off. They will not let you go. They've been doing these things for a very long time. They did it to these are people that have decimated whole continents. They go to America, they decimated it. The population is barely there anymore. They go to Australia, they decimated it. They decimated New Zealand. And we think this is a joke. We are here. You think we are here because it's all good. They didn't decimate all these continents overnight. It never happens overnight. It took 300 years to get ready India to where they got to today. They will take one today, then tomorrow, when they become stronger, they come and take another one. When they become stronger, they come and take another one. That is how they operate. And we as a people, we think the war is over. They've taken a lot from us already. Have we gotten stronger when they left? No, we haven't gotten stronger. If anything, maybe we're even getting weaker. So far, we have not gotten our act together. They will come back. They already have military bases all over the place. This is the world we live in, and if we want to end our way in this world, believe me, we do have the power to do that. The black people in this world are over 1 billion strong, and we haven't made it count for anything. But we have to start from somewhere. If we start from Nigeria, believe me, a lot of countries are looking up to Nigeria. If we start from Nigeria, treat our own fellow human beings as precious stones. Yes, inside the country.
Mr. Tonanja, I was going to get to you on that. Your first submission today was the first thing you said today was that we don't value each other, and you're clamoring that we should begin to value, one another. With the state that the country is in right now, before I even proceed, are you based in Nigeria?
No,
Okay,
not at the
that's fine.
moment.
With the state that the country is in right now, how do you think we would go about that? Because I mean, we are all for peace. We want peaceful, revolution. So how do we go about that? Some people on the comment section are buying into your comments. That's why I'm bringing it back to you. How do we begin this peace talk and peace work with one another? Because we've come to that place where we are all defensive. Person they work out for your back anyhow, you're already very defensive, and you're like, bro, what's up? Or you're like, okay, pass, or I nod you right now. That's what is happening. I have to
Mm,
ask you, we are in Nigeria first of all, so you have an idea what I am talking about. It doesn't even matter if this is happening night, morning, whatever time it is that it is happening. We are very defensive. We've long lost that love we used to have. We've long lost that one love thing here in Nigeria. And now, if you are clamoring, if you are preaching, value one another, live in peace and all of that, where do we start from? Practically speaking, where do we
mm.
start from? From right here, right now, with everything happening in here, what do we do? What's the first step?
First step is realize that we, the people, are the saviors we are waiting for. We are not, there's no human being that is going to save us. Like these things I just said just now, if our people start taking it into their own hearts and applying it, not just know, understanding these things and applying it. And we have to have honest conversations. There's no time for having shady conversation where you want to get one over the other, because we are all in a mess here. If we start having an honest conversation and making clear demands of our leaders, because if we, like I've said it before, we can't rely on the Russian roulette of whoever becomes leader. No, the people are the leaders. If we decide that this is what we want, we say, okay, we have to have security, we have to have electricity, we have to have this in transparency. Transparency is very, very important in a country like Nigeria, where people have lost trust in the center. People need to be able to see what their politicians are doing. We need to take the power away from the center. In other words, what I mean by that is, if you make running for office not enriching, people are not going to care too much. All the negative forces are not going to want to go there. If you like, one of my suggestions is, we have the technology already. Why don't we make government's accounts public so that Nigerian citizens can subscribe, like they can subscribe to anything else? You can see what you are using your money for. After all, it's our money. If we see what the government are doing with the money, our people will now say, you know what, when they say they don't have the money, they don't have it. When they have the money, they have it. And they cannot lie to us because we can see the money. Everybody can, if they want to see it. So, like in the case of NDDC for Niger Delta Development Commission, they give them money to develop the Niger Delta area. Most of the money is stolen. But if the people were able to see, they will know when the money is being stolen, because it's stolen in the dark when they don't see it. This is how I've seen how technology can change things. Like in the case of car theft, GPS can change. It changed the way people treated cars, because if you stole a car, then you are taking the police to your house. People stop stealing cars. It wasn't a good idea anymore. When you put CCTV outside somewhere, it alters people's behavior. The same thing, if you make the government account public, it will alter their behavior. They will not want to go there because it's a trap. So if you start making the government more transparent, people will trust the government more, and they are more likely to pay to solve the issues in the country. Do you know that barely 2,000 naira a month will put light 24/7 in Nigeria? 2,000 naira a month. If Nigerian citizens decide to contribute that a month, it will put light all over the country. But because we are not working together, nobody trusts each other. You
How?
said it yourself.
Okay.
Because you can,
Uh,
I can narrate, I can give you all the details that in terms of you can secure mobile power plants that can be deployed in less than 6 months. Mobile power plants that can power 160,000 homes cost about $11 million, at most $50 million. And that 2,000
okay.
this naira a month can generate more than $12 billion a year. So we have the capacity, if we want to light our cities up now, to just put mobile power plants in all the cities to plug the gap, while the federal government carries on developing the long-term power this is supply. So that is something that is doable within a year or two. But our people, because we are not together, nobody believes that anything can be done. And I think it's the people. If the people know these things and have a list and say, we know, don't go and try cheating us. We know the name of the company that can do it. We know the price. Do this. And if we put the money together, but who will put money together in a country where nobody trusts who is in the center? That's why I say transparency is very important. But that is that on the side.
Okay. Thank you
This
very
is
much
gone on too long.
for
Sorry.
that submission. Yeah, it's gone for too long. Thank you very much, Mr. Tunanja, for that submission. Thank you to everyone on the panelists today. You guys have been amazing, and it has been an insightful one. So, thank you to everyone on the comment section. Irene Finest, good morning to you too, and thank you, Ayambo. Thank you. Kisses right back to you, ma'am. Thank you, Jacob D. Jacob D says the common man interest is my concern, not those who will always join bigger oppressors against the masses. Wike is rich on the back of the people, in lost in the power play. What is our concern? There, Jacob D thinks that we are more invested in Wike than in making Nigeria a better place. When we see a good candidate, who isn't given the opportunity to do what we know he will do well. If there's something that we cannot take from Wike is his fierceness, and that is not, and his bravery, and that is something that's not so many people in power has today. Wike is not loyal to Abuja. Wike is loyal to policy, is loyal to his people.
I agree with
That's
that.
one thing. That's one thing we'll give to Wike. So we are not here to cry over the loss, or we are just trying to. We are not here for the man Wike. No, that's not what it's about. We are here for his deeds. We are here because of his deeds. Let's continue to work for obedience, because PDP and APC is a complete failure. Pray for our brother, Mr. Peter Obi. That's from Nusa David. Hello, Nusa David. How are you today? Thank you for joining. Jacob D is also saying, so we need those who hasn't repented in the looting of our people to still come and rescue us. I hope not. The culture of the slave trade still persists till today. That's from Esosa. Johnson Davis says the only person who can restructure Nigeria and stop killing in Nigeria is only Wike. Okay, we are fast spent. Our time is fast spent for today, but we have our 5
Emma,
p.m. discussion. Yes, please,
Emma, it's
Brother
brother nice.
Nice.
I wish we have much time. I have a question to add this to Niger, because what Niger is saying, I don't concur with what he's saying at all. He's speaking
Brother
like a
Nice.
spokesman to,
Brother
yeah,
Nice. Brother
yeah,
Nice, you could please ask your question.
yeah, okay. To Niger, the way you always speak, you always speak as a spokesman to these Northerners. I don't know. I hope this kind of thing that you are saying, you will not say it to those family of people that lost their family to this Fulani. You will not say it to their face. You understand? You said we should go and love people that is killing us every day. We should love them. We should embrace them. We should caress them. Those people you said we should love, they don't have the same love towards us. Then you say love is the one that will settle the problem we have with them. So I don't know how that one is going to solve the problem that we of this insecurity. All those people that are killing
Sorry,
Owo,
sorry. He
I
didn't say you
I
should
wish.
love bandits. He said you should love northerners, meaning the innocent northerners, the good ones. That's what he meant.
So how am I going to differentiate them when all of them are almost the same, doing the same mission? I say, and I have to go and ask this one question now. I hope you are not among these bandits that is killing me. How am I going to do that? Me, I don't understand this one question. So those family now they're killing or this thing now. I wish they have the same compassion to spare their life. The way you said we should love them. So the way you talk, I don't even understand. It's just it is somehow. Yeah, I don't know whether you be a
Okay, Brother
spokesman. The
Nice.
time we
Please,
well,
please don't forget that
okay.
people are entitled to their own opinion, and here you just give your opinion, your submission. If you've got evidence, you tender it, and I mean, this is what we do here. This is what we do here. So you cannot hold anybody or fault anybody for the way they reason. If you want to change their reasoning, especially when you think they're going about it the wrong way, then you come strong with yours. that'll be the better way to change perception and all of that. Thank you very much for
Because
that today.
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Tunanja,
Okay,
do you
thank
have
you, thank
anything?
you.
Yeah, can I just say address what he said?
So
I
now, Jack,
think
can I have you just say one quick thing real fast? You see, Kwame Nkrumah, he said it over and over during his time, like until Africa unites, we continue to be under the control of the Western world. You see, until we start to look at things and understand that in every society there are good people and there are bad people, and we begin to look at ourselves like whenever something is bad, there are bad things coming from one region. We begin to look at it as let's tackle the bad thing that's coming from there, and not say every human being from there has to be responsible for the bad things that's happening from that side. Africa, we need to start looking towards things like Pan-Africanism, where we just look for good Africans and we all unite and save that continent, rather than this mentality of ethnicity and tribalism and believing that we have to hate one entire tribe because we don't like certain things coming from that direction. So I think until Africans get to that point, we'll continue to be in this bondage of British controlling our whole in Nigeria, while we can't do nothing about it. Because the whole Nigeria should be
Okay.
supporting the Niger Delta to kick out the British, rather than looking at it as just Niger Delta people's problem. Okay, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Tunanja. Mr.
I
Tunanja, please, in 1 minute. Thank
yeah,
you.
I agree with that. So, regarding what he said, you already explained to him that I wasn't saying that he should allow people that are trying to kill. If anything, those people may be agents of chaos that are being funded to destabilize our country. So we need to stop them. It doesn't mean they are not ours. We'll stop them and deal with them according to the law, and that's what we do. And secondly, we have to understand that when something bad happens, it doesn't necessarily mean you take your eye off the greater threat that is coming. Europeans, they slaughtered each other in the millions, not like their forefathers did it. They slaughtered each other in the millions like just last week, and they went on to create the European Union. How do you think they did that? Because they knew if they didn't do that, they are not going to get anywhere. It's not because they didn't know that people died. Their own fathers, not their forefathers, their fathers, sisters, brothers died, and they did that anyway. We have to learn to evolve past even that if we want to compete with these people. Otherwise, we are really living on borrowed time here, and we have to start being more ambitious for ourselves. Because if you fight the battles of the old, they have done that. It's an evolutionary advantage. That is why they are running circles around us. We hold on to gripes. How many people have died in Nigeria? 45,000 people died in US just from gun violence in 2020. 45,000. We act as if we are the worst people on the earth. In the Second World War, Russia lost 28 million people. You even know what that means? Like the almost entire Yoruba nation lost.
Okay, Mr. Tunanja, thank you very much for that submission. We really
We have
don't
to
have the
get
time anymore to take
past these things.
to take a trip down memory lane. Thank you. We will continue this discussion by 5 p.m. Nigerian time today. Please log in. From Monday to Saturday, we have our newspaper review 9 a.m. It's for an hour, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at most. Please, so join in early enough so we can discuss as much as time permits us to. And then 5 p.m. Nigerian time from Monday to Thursday for our discussions. That's one time that no one is going to interrupt you. You talk until you are done talking. So please let's meet up today 5 p.m. Oh, today's Friday. Today every Friday we have 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Our discussions on Fridays starts from 6 p.m. So please keep it with us. 9 a.m. Monday to Saturday for newspaper review. 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday for discussion, and Fridays 6 p.m. Thank you for
I've
joining
never seen
me
you in the
today.
evenings before. How come I never saw you in the evenings before?
Or because I handle just the morning sections, and
I see.
yeah, yes.
All right.
Thank you for that observation. So thank you to each and everyone on the panelists today. I hope to see each and every one of you tomorrow. Some people were having network issues. I missed you guys on the screen today. I hope you are here tomorrow. I do wish you all a good day, happy new month, and stay safe, preach the good word, and get your PVC, do everything that you should do, and represent your country well wherever you are. Thank you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.